Why he hit that twice? Hey, hey. Go ahead and run mine. Because I got to buy next week. We're getting close to 100%. Hey, man. Jamal Charles pissed me off being gone for that week, so hey, it cost him his job. I had to go get LT back. Cost me Todd Gurley and him, but oh well. I was willing to make that sacrifice. Oh, your speed at 85. All right, we ready? No, we not. Jalen, I keep you out there. Now, we are ready. Monday night.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL. Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh.
You got it first? All right, let's get
It's
it.
a good weeknight matchup here on a Monday night between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
I forgot to turn the HVAC down.
He did that last week.
Right, you got the job done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning, their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is
Traded
just a
this week.
short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need him.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. How many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Vick. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The numbers on Moss from last week's game, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And it's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly
got my
as you
nigga
want him
back.
to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0
My nigga's
interceptions,
back.
which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Lynch a week ago. 20 carries, 114 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Everett. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hernandez. And they work this well upfield across.
Kill a catch.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Come on, bro. I sent the blitz. I'm gonna say.
He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if the first or second seed come playoff. You got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Vick's throw into the hands of Pitts here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Vick readies to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance.
Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel.
Come on, bro.
Score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
Monday Night Football. Everybody can go and go to bed now. I gotta get up early in the morning. Go to work.
25-yard line.
Turf toe? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come. Get the... Man, it's so fucking
The
lame.
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start the
Fucking
next
turf
drive.
toe.
And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously.
Turf toe, that's a couple weeks.
Hopping right back on the bike after falling over.
All my niggas get hurt for
Yeah, we'll
weeks.
see if they can do it here. On second down, Lynch.
Y'all be getting niggas back next game or later on in the game. No, my niggas get hurt the whole fucking. They out for weeks.
Surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Everett.
Good big, Dion. Get up.
Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
They're just making me pay.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they?
I'm gonna stop buying the game when it first come out, cause they don't show me no respect.
3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they got to take care.
Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit.
Yeah. Let's get some of them niggas hurt.
On your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. On second down, it's Lynch.
Get the fuck out of here.
Down, but able to slip across the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, the run with Lynch. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. Well, looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down. Back to throw. Everett.
Out of bounds. Come on.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Everett. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Oh, hey, Epic Legend Quest, shout out to you.
Wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And he still almost caught that bitch.
Too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
That's how I try to do it, man. If Madden ain't screwing niggas over,
And
You know how that
Saban's
shit
down
go.
to return. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge.
Oh, come on, man.
Then they feel disrespected, and they want to touch him. How do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. Vick operating on 1st down. We'll find Jones again, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Vick to the air again. Touch to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Well, they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nope.
Got his man, and it's caught.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, this shit's super over.
Julio Jones.
Niggas came out this bitch mad.
The Bears open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Lost Lawrence Taylor to fucking turf toe. Of course, one of my niggas is gonna get hurt for multiple weeks.
Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd down, Everett. They set up the screen to Lynch. And
I was not looking for the screen that play. Good job. Play party.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. They dump it off to Lynch. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Nifty running.
Oh, yeah.
Come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Welcome back, Dion.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Patrick Mahomes, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Matthew Stafford, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in.
But hey, we may hate it and we may be complaining, but it definitely adds some wrinkle to it. At least for me, it do.
For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Thanks.
The Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Everett. He'll get this out to Lynch. Complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Tomlinson.
Come on, Randy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll work it across inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Yeah, so fucking
1st
lame.
and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick, eluding the pressure right. Oh, into a sea of
Get the fuck out of here. How the fuck was that pick?
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their
career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
How long y'all finna keep this nigga out? Ankle bruise. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
On second down now, it's Lynch. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Big connection.
I don't understand. Who the fuck told the nigga covering the running back to go in on the blitz? I sure didn't tell him to do
They
that.
haven't given him much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, Everett. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Welcome back, Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Back to throw. Everett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lynch. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Everett.
Get the fuck Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way
that shit wild.
Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up.
No matter gonna do what they gotta do to get some points.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Wow.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused.
Definitely don't see that often.
If we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. While the trainers take a look. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers.
I know he gonna fucking crush this bitch, but still.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Vick will look to throw on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Vick going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Julio Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bears sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Making their way back out. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing on 1st down. Everett. And that's off the mark.
I'm gonna buy after this, so we're just gonna be chilling.
This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop.
You're done for the day. You're done for the day. You're done for the day. And you're done for the day. Who else? You're done for the day.
At the 40-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I we enjoy sharing. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and goal from the 1. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now it looks like he'll throw here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time.
When DeMonte's got one.
Save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And it's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Hernandez. And he's brought down.
Killer catch.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum.
Oh, that's offensive pass interference.
As that one falls to the ground. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
And he drilled that bitch.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they'll get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Fuck it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to pan out. This is intercepted. My goodness.
He was sitting right there. Damn, Jay. My bad.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds.
That's my fault.
He's
That's my
going to go
fault.
back out there, still be the same confident kid. The reason that they drafted him.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. One final shot. They'll look to throw. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week.
Alrighty. I see y'all.